It's Dave here from Amplify, and I am talking to Reuben De Melo.
Hey Dave, thanks for having me, mate.
No worries at all. And Reuben, for most of you, just to bring you in one, the voice was it
Yeah, The Voice, 2024.
2024. So most people, especially in today's world, we sort of we know the major artists, and we know, and then all of a sudden we know someone that's on TV because they're on TV
Yep.
every week, and they get thrown into us. All right, let's go. Have you always wanted to be an artist? When
Well,
did you get the songwriting bug?
I actually lost a mate and at 20, so he was 21 and he died playing footy and died on the pitch actually. And his name's yeah, Josh Henderson. And so he used to be the one that sang and all that. So I thought I kind of pursue my music ever since then. And something came over me. Obviously, could have been, grief or whatever, but it helped me write a song, and that's when I never looked back from that. So it's just
Okay,
I use it as a mode to express myself and get me out of a state, I suppose.
so you weren't singing before, or you were singing before, but not really,
Not
not
really at all. Yeah,
really. So the
yeah,
voice just came basically when you were
and
20.
yeah. When I was about 20, yeah, 20 years old. Yeah,
Terrific. And how old are you now? Can I ask?
I'm 33 now. So
33, so the last 10 odd years.
yeah,
Okay. So therefore, just having a little bit of a look at your journey then, you started back then, you really, came to fame in 24. So there's 8 years odd of, you know, treading the boards. Was
yep.
was that in as a solo? Was that with bands? How did you do it?
I've played in a few bands. Few cover bands. I've filled in for a couple of singers, but by no means am I trained and as good as those guys. So I just thought I'd stick to what I know. I got a loop pedal, but before that I just busked around heaps around Fremantle, outside time zone. Bought my first guitar from busking, and yeah, then got a PA system, a Behringer, and yeah, Behringer with a stand and
Just,
mic stand, they all cost money. So then I started gigging and that's it. And then I didn't have a fallback speaker, just put the Berry behind me so I could listen to it as well. So
sensational. What sort of guitar did you start with? What was your first guitar?
my first guitar was the Cole Clark Black Angel.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Favorite.
I used to sell guitars as a pawnbroker a long time ago, and
Oh, nice.
but we used to get a $79, 3/4 steel string cheap guitar in, and every guitarist that had was famous, not famous, loved it because it was just small and something they could hack around and take somewhere
Yeah.
and play. So
Yeah.
I'm sure. Do you still have the guitar? You still play the guitar?
Yeah, I still have it, but unfortunately it got dropped on my kid's first birthday. Uh and the pickup stuffed in it. So I've
Oh,
I've got to really look at that. Maybe get the pickup
you
changed.
can't get rid of it though. You got to
No, I
stick it
can't.
up on the wall for posterity. It's got to.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
I play Maton now, mini Maton.
yeah, yeah.
It's because it's easy to carry around, but and it pumps through the PAs. But yeah, got a whole bunch of guitars. I'll probably be one of those guys that'll just hoard guitars,
Yeah,
and I
well,
don't mind it.
like I said, I was a pawnbroker for a while, and I had everything for about 20 years. Everything came into the shop, and I
Yeah,
have nothing now. I don't bother with it. Basically, I sort of run very light. Got rid of it all, and you get over stuff after a while, but it
yeah,
might take a while.
yeah.
Um, okay, let's have just before we get on your music, let's have a quick chat about The Voice. Obviously, you're well known for The Voice because it's a program that we all know. It's worldwide. It's everywhere. So everyone in every country knows what it's like. Great brand. What's
Yeah.
it like? From our side, it looks like a very syrupy, well put together. Everything's
Mm.
spontaneous sort of process. But we read in the background that everything's structured and everything's made and all the moments are made and all that. How did you find it?
I mean, like with a lot of things, and especially because everybody that works on the show, they also have to put food on the table. It's a job, and it's something that makes money for everyone, and you've got to have some sort of structure. Otherwise, you're never going to get meet deadlines. That just goes with any workplace. But a lot of people have different experiences about a show like this. I never expected anything from it. My wife actually signed me up for it and
Thank you.
put my application in, and yeah, never really thought too much about being on one of these shows. But when I did go on it, I noticed that a lot of people, a lot of the producers and stuff were obviously it was all new to me, but they were awesome. I heard all these negative things about it, and I just didn't. I just went, wait,
Experience.
wait a minute. They're actually trying to put food on the table. Like they're actually good people we can have banter with. No one ever talks about the film guys, the amount of editing that goes behind it. No one talks about the stages that have been set up. Everyone just sees you with your hat and and your cool clothes. No one talks about the wardrobe girls that make you look like that. So there are a lot of people out there that should have deserved the credit, but yeah, I'm glad to have been part of it. To be honest, I never really knew what I was going to get
Yeah.
from it.
And Leanne and the stars, like you obviously you see them on stage and all that. And Leanne, you would have had a bit of contact with because she was your.
Yeah.
But the rest, do you see them much, or is it more just when it's live?
Oh, during the show, you mean?
Yeah, well, just
Yeah.
off show. Do they play much of a part, or is it
No, not
mostly just
not
because they're stars? They're not supposed to be
yeah,
there. They're not
yeah,
friends.
yeah. Not really, but in saying that, they'll come give you a handshake, fist bump, whatever.
They'll
They're
say
cool.
hello when you walk past.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they probably. I can't imagine what their lives would be like too, man. Like,
No, no, no. And I'm going to get off it, but I'm sure that people that anyone that reads this is probably going to be a bit interested. The progression, hard work. How about the stress levels? And you've got to keep on going to a new level and a new. It's not busking it down in Perth where you can
no,
and go get a coffee. You've got to meet the mark, and there's all these people. You can't really fuck up one performance. You're not
no,
able to.
definitely not. Well, I suppose I just got like for me, I had those thoughts running through my head. My biggest thing was, oh, I'm gonna forget the lyrics, you know. And but what actually got me through was just the fact that I just went, look, I'm in the deep end now. I've got to swim, you know what I mean? Just the fact that, and that's not the end of it. At the end of it, like this is not the biggest deal. It is a great, it's an
No, I
awesome
understand.
thing. But like especially after losing mates, and there's people out there who are going
Yes,
through
yes,
through way worse times.
yes.
All they don't care about being afraid on stage.
No,
They don't
no.
even have a platform yet.
That's a great.
But
That's probably what got you through. That
yeah,
that approach.
mm, because yeah.
Very hard work.
Sorry, mate.
It was very hard work.
The being on the show, not really. I had my family there with me.
So,
Just
all right.
waking up. Sometimes, like obviously, we took the family. They were waking up early, and yeah, having long days, but
Yeah,
long days filming, long
yeah,
days,
yeah, yeah,
waiting,
yeah.
waiting, waiting. So I'm not very good at waiting. That's my
Who is? Who is? All right. Okay. I've got to go on back and see Hallelujah. I love Hallelujah, and I know you played it, so I've got to go back and check out the video. I haven't had a chance yet, but when I do, I'm sure I'll be pretty impressed. Okay. Back to your music. How would you describe your sound?
Well, I've been trying to figure that out for a while. So many people have been asking me that, and I would say, well, I grew up with a lot of reggae, country, and folk. So I would say they're a mashup of the three of them, if it's possible, you know.
Okay. And why do fans resonate with your music? Obviously, the voice is one factor because of the thing, but before that, you're busking and you're playing and you're performing.
Mm.
What is it about your sound that you think, or is it performance that?
Yeah, I think it's the fact that I really get into my feelings when I sing it, eh? Like it could be a cover song or whatever, but I really like to feel the lyrics of like it's as if I wrote it, you know what I mean? And if I can't feel it, I can't sing it. And that's what I did on The Voice as well. That the songs that were picked were ones I really resonated with. So that kind of helped. But yeah, I think that's the main thing. People see they like to hear the emotion or like the simplicity of something. And in terms of songwriting, I think when I go through a phase of depression, I depress, I express, and I progress. So I have to express myself. That expression's got to come
Yeah,
before I move on. So
depression for mine is just transition. It's
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it's It's just like your 1, 2, 3, depression's 4, 5, 6 to get to 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah,
A lot of people resist it and sort of keep on going back to 1, 2, 3 because they
yeah.
know.
You get comfortable. Sometimes it's easy to get comfortable in the hole that you dig for yourself, but it's a phase, everything like waves goes
Yeah,
ups and downs.
yeah.
There's good times, bad times. It's just
And you
life.
and you've got your friend that passed, and you've got your child that's you've got to be an example to. So there's a lot of stuff that goes through all the time that you've got to sort of, but you've got to keep moving forward.
You
Who
do, yeah.
who are the inspirations? Like who are the music inspirations? Because you started pretty late, so you probably listened to a lot of music, but you
Yeah,
use them.
I yeah, I did listen to, but my inspirations are always going to be like Bob Marley and the Wailers, um, uh, Johnny Cash, a bit of Bob Dylan as well, like the lyrically, I love that. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, those guys. And but more recent times, I've kind of really taken to that country style of songwriting,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's a lot of great country music coming out. Um, yeah, like Sean Rowe and all these sort of, I don't know if you've heard of them. They write about basically that mining, working life, sort of leaving your kids behind, being on the road, sort of thing.
Well, you
It's
were a
something.
miner, weren't you? You're in the
Yeah,
mine,
yeah.
so it resonates. Okay, it's your debut single, "Slow," is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Really, you've gone all this time and you haven't brought out music?
No, not really. Mostly because we've been trying to put a team together. We're going independent, so
Oh, fantastic! And
yeah.
what? Tell us what it's all about. Tell us what its origin, evolution is.
What the song
Slow,
slows.
yeah,
Okay, yeah. So slow is. I wrote that on my cousin's toilet actually in in Hounslow and in UK. So it's funny because had a big night. I'll just okay, got to wake up. The kids obviously in the morning, and the kids have to wake up, and it's quite early then, a bit jet lagged. And I just thought, oh, Mrs. and I are probably going through a bit of a monotonous phase in our life where we've just become machines. We just pack kids up, pack clothes in, just go around. And it's like that song came about from a point of view where, like, was I don't know, it's like a message to me saying it's probably going good to go back to basics and try find that spark and not to be too miserable at each other, at her. I get upset about the silliest things sometimes, and I'm going, oh, it's probably not worth it, man. Just go back to what it was like. Take, to nice to meet you. So that's one of the lines in the songs. I take it back to nice to meet you.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's where it came from, and it's got that very pop feel. And I'm not used to pop, so I wrote it, with that sort of you would say Robin Thicke, D'Angelo sort of feel.
yeah, yeah.
A bit R&B, and I thought about deleting it straight away because that's not my style. I was like, this is so not me. I'm gonna delete this, but I better play it to the missus first. And then she actually ended up liking it, and she said that should be your next one.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
When they say next one, you just turn up and make it your next one. That's the same.
yeah. Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. Okay, so your debut EP's, you got a tour coming up, a big tour actually, a
Yeah,
pretty big Australian tour between July and August.
yeah.
You've got your debut EP coming out at the same time, is that correct?
No, the EP won't be coming out at the same time, so I'll just be releasing singles consecutively. So I've got about four more singles left to release,
To
and
play on the tour?
yes, yeah, I'll play a few of them on the tour.
Okay, okay.
People get a glimpse of what what's yet to come, for sure.
When's the EP coming out?
So we've got 5 songs on it. We've released one, so every 4 weeks we aim to release a song every 4 weeks. So looking at towards September.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Or sorry, not yeah, maybe even before that, maybe even August, so end of August, September.
and the tour, it's goes from the top all the way back home. It's a
Yeah,
it's a pretty exhausting bloody trip, I would think.
yeah, but luckily we've got some family in Melbourne, um, and yeah, it just kind of breaks it up. Maybe the kids will be able to stay there with the missus or whatever, and we'll see what happens. But they're definitely coming on the road with me.
What are you looking forward to most? Have you playing? The venues. You probably
Um,
haven't seen them.
I haven't seen. Like I've seen the list, but I haven't. We're doing renos at home at the moment, so it's
Oh,
just been my mind's been taken over by all that sort of stuff,
perfect.
and but I haven't really sort of looked at that and just gotten properly excited about it. But I am definitely keen to obviously go through Brizzy, Queensland, but those regional places, man, like where you can have a beer with some people, like usually the older crowd, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
someone like something I can really resonate with, and just looking forward to actually during in breaks or whatever during my set, just walking around the crowd, seeing what everyone's about, maybe see if what kind of music they like or what song resonated with them. That would be really nice to know.
Yeah, I've had arena artists I've interviewed that have sort of said their favourite gig was 200 or 100 seater in
Yeah,
bar in America somewhere on the back blocks on the way from one place to another. So
yeah.
they feel the same way. Okay, if you could perform with any music artist, alive or dead, who would you choose and why?
If I could perform with any music artist, live or dead, oh, that's a good one.
The
I
dead
would.
ones would have to be alive if you were performing with them, by the way.
Oh, they have to be alive.
Well, they'd have to be.
Could I bring him back with my
They
mate?
could they could sit in a chair like that old movie that he's just. But no. So what do you reckon?
Well, if they have to be alive,
No, no, no. They can be dead, but
oh, they can be dead.
when
Oh,
you're
they have to be
alive
alive while they're playing.
to
Yeah, brother.
play.
Yeah, I reckon.
Weekend at Bernie's. Remember the movie Weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah, yeah,
Where they set the guy up and he was dead, and they set him up to be alive. You could do that, but I don't think wouldn't
mm,
be worth it. I don't think.
yeah. I don't know. I don't think Bob Marley would perform pretty well dead.
No,
Uh,
no, he
but
performed pretty well alive.
yeah, I reckon I'd go with Bob, man. Mostly because that feeling that there is in his music.
No, no, no. He's a legend, an absolute legend.
Yeah.
Okay, what are your long-term aspirations?
My long-term aspirations are,
Because it's pretty new, really, isn't it? Really, all the attention.
yeah, everything, all this newfound fame, and yep, it is pretty new for me. But I want to stay true to what happiness really is, because you can have everything, all the fame, all the
Yeah,
lights and cameras in front of your face, and still not be happy. You can have a mansion, still not be happy. So at the end of the day, as if I'm happiest when I can tuck my kids in,
yeah,
money to, like, put food on the table,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and have some time as well. So I'd like money, time,
yeah.
and just being able to, yeah, travel on.
You come across as someone that's sort of detached, bit
Yeah.
like bit like your song "Slow."
Mm.
Any of the songs on the EP relate to your mate that passed?
Um. So actually, none of the songs. So Hendo passed a while ago, long time ago, and I must have written something back then. But ever since this is a while ago.
Long time.
Yeah, a long time. So most of the songs, they now come from a point of view, like from a dad's point of view. So almost like almost stuck in this material world, kind of resonating with that mining sort of industry, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
probably what we're all going through. And I was also lost a couple of mates to suicides last year as well, with the old FIFO story.
Oh,
And
I hate that. I hate that. I hate that because
yeah,
it's understandable, especially in today's world, but it's
mm,
not necessary. And it's not a beyond blue place because that's too late. You got to get them early, and you got to mate up, and you got to get them talking when it's not dire situations, and that's the hard part. It's
yeah,
it's really sad because when they get to that place, they don't talk.
no,
They
no.
don't reach out because they're gone.
Yep, exactly. And if only, we could all see, we could
Well,
all have hindsight to kind of go, oh, things are going to
absolutely,
change.
absolutely. Well, but you're in a place now where you have the ability to influence, and so
Yeah,
I would just suggest that you keep thinking the way you are and keep doing what you do, and you
mm,
will influence people, and you will have an effect even when you don't know it.
yeah.
So
So that's what I aspire to do, be on that journey, to be able to facilitate some sort of open conversation. I have my songs go, oh, I really related that. What's that about, bro? Then we get a beer together and then we'll have a chat.
that's good. That's good. That's
Absolutely.
good. Okay, so let's finish with some stupid questions as we always do, some quickies and some stupid.
Yeah.
So, what's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Craziest thing I've ever done. Oh, don't think you want to know that.
No, no, because people say that half the time
Uh,
they don't answer because it's probably they wouldn't get in the country if they did.
yeah, the craziest thing I've ever done. I don't know. Probably, actually, I probably won't be able to answer that either. Like,
Okay,
we'll be here. We'll be here for a
what's
while.
what's the one topic you can talk about for hours?
One topic I talk about for hours is, yeah, sort of, music basically, and a bit of rigging as well. Like, it's funny because I like to rig.
Do you really? You follow it? Has it
Yeah.
changed? Has it changed much with technology?
What's that rigging?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, like you can get pneumatic come-alongs and all that, chain blocks and all that sort of stuff, and that's incredible, that sort of stuff. But it's still nice to be able to use your mind to be able to set up rigging, how you're going to pick stuff. It's interesting, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't like it. It's it's
Well,
that it's that in music, obviously, like how to do like bit of production. I'm pretty bad at it, so I'd like to learn. Like,
okay. What's the thing you like most about yourself?
I think I like most about myself is the fact that I can, once when things get a bit too crazy, I can actually talk about stuff sometimes, it, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. I think I just say it how it is, and I don't care, and I probably, yeah, bury myself in a hole after I do that. But yeah, shoot myself in the foot.
I think. Look, I'm 67, so I'm twice your age. I think you sound pretty sweet. I think if you keep on, working according to your values, I think you're going to be okay. You'll be fine. Okay, let's finish with some favorites. Quick favorites. Favorite album?
Favorite album, jeez, Exodus, Bob Marley.
Oh, yeah, it was a great album. Favorite artist?
Bob.
Oh, favorite movie?
Ooh, Jesus. Favorite movie. This one
Okay,
is.
these are great questions because everyone hates them.
Yeah, favorite movie probably be Good Will Hunting. I don't know. That's
Oh,
a good one, but
that is a good one.
yeah, Good Will Hunting. Go with that one.
All right. Favorite
Yep.
place to visit?
Favorite place to visit? Probably. Now I've got a new one. Greece, Eos.
Oh, yeah. That's. I think people that live there go to heaven and say, "Is this it?"
Yeah.
Favorite venue to play so far, apart from the voice stage, which must be fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
All the lights and all that must be pretty cool.
Yeah, my favorite venue to play. Oh, there's so many of them. But those little gigs, I can barely like. I like playing here at the indie bar.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
got a good, yeah, good sound guy. His name's Ren.
Well,
If he sees this, he's a legend. He can do anything on sound, dude.
ran at the indie bar. Indie
Yeah.
bar. Favorite food?
Favorite food is probably barbecue pork ribs if possible, but yeah, chicken wings and chicken wings. Yeah, chicken
I
wings
think
are good.
I don't think pork's good for you, is it? I'm not sure, but favorite
Oh, I if I had more money, I'd probably go with steak.
favorite drink?
Favorite beer? Oh, any drink.
Yeah,
Favorite, I would say
favorite drink. So is
favorite drink. My go-to drink when I go to the pub or whatever is probably a Swan Draft or yeah,
good old West Australian brew.
yeah.
Favorite person in history, apart from me.
Favorite person in history. Oh, I'd probably have to say my grandma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. That's a terrific one. People underestimate grandparents, I think. They have if they're good ones, they have a pretty big part to play in structure, especially when you think about elders in tribes or in
Yeah.
native Indians and Eastern
Mm.
and all that sort of stuff. They get here in the West, we tend to retire them off and try and get their assets, put them
Yeah, yeah.
get their house. And last but not least, tattoo. Do you have a tattoo?
No, none.
No tattoos.
I've got kids now. I was thinking about getting some. Probably one on my forehead here, and like, no, no, I haven't.
I look forward. I look forward to seeing that
But
when you get it. But I
yeah,
don't. I don't think. I think it'll be hard. You have to be independent if you get one on your forehead, I'd say. Good.
Yeah, I'll get one of my daughters for it. Actually, it says Daddy's girl.
I think it might be hard to get a label if that's the case, but we never know.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Good work. Thank you very much
No, thanks,
for your
Dave.
time today.
Thanks,
Uh,
Dave. Appreciate it.
you sound. Dr. Dave says you sound pretty rounded. You don't need to take any pills and come back in the morning. Looks like you're going to have a great tour.
Thank you.
When you need to, I'm sure KG will come on back and we'll pump your stuff around.
No, that's awesome, man. Thanks for having me on board, and hopefully I get to see you on one
No
of the
worries. I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Although at my age, it's I get to about 6 or 7 o'clock, and I might work behind a screen till midnight. But when
yeah.
you go out, it's so hard. I'm trying to lose a bit of weight and get a bit fitter to get back out there. So
No,
you might well do. I look forward to it if you do. Good on you, man. All the best.
thank you. Cheers. Take care, son. See you, mate.
Bye bye.